Thank you. First, I want to thank you, Chair and the committee members, for having us here. I want to say, and I don't ideally write my words down, but I decided to do that today because I think it's so important that we have to get this bill out of committee. So I want to say first that I support the passage of 2636 in its Senate's version. These bills emanate from a special commission convened in 2021, during which former Commissioner Carol Michi acknowledged that structural and institutional racism exists within the DOC. So this is not a secret. The officials have already acknowledged that it exists. You've heard testimony from incarcerated BIPOC people about how racism impacted classification among access to their rehabilitative needs today. So the problem persists without resolve because we lack the data to demonstrate who gets access, something that our bill addresses. The need for this bill isn't just called by those impacted, but also by former First Woman Commissioner Kathleen Dennehy, who during the Governor's Correctional Committee report in 2004, commissioned by former Governor Mitt Romney, supported the call for oversight. She acknowledged that DOC could not oversee themselves. Ms. Dennehy grew up in the system from a secretary all the way up to the higher ranks, meaning she had firsthand vision on what the Department of Corrections was about. As I sat and listened to all these important bills surrounding visitation and human rights bill, all which encompass in the current ominous correctional bill of 1972, section 777, which was championed, by the way, in its initial passage as being the best reform ever close to California. Well, they said it exceeded California, but has been unenforceable. The 2018 Criminal Justice Reform Bill surrounding the use of segregation and out-of-cell time has been unenforceable. You've heard from the Dr. Allison and them about the medical portion of it. It's been unenforceable, even though the legislators have passed this legislation. In recent 2020-25 study found that the current classification worked as written, but the DOC deviation of its own regulation is the problem, a fate that any new legislation will undergo if oversight isn't passed. The benefits will serve us as a tool for legislators to have the law passed and enforced the way it was designed to serve. It would collect the data necessary to ensure BIPOC incarcerated treatment is reported timely enough to remedy a cure and save our Commonwealth great expense of money, right? Now, the reason why I want to focus on that is because anytime that we have to recreate the wheel, which a lot of our bills seem to do, instead of enforcing the ones that's actually on time, we're asking you to come and to really invest this time to hear this type of legislation out, and then also to enforce it, and then that enforcement costs us money. So what we're doing is going in a circular motion, and so I would ask you to please report this out favorably because we need this, and this will help us in more than many ways. Thank you.